Is the Seine River drowning the hopes of the Paris Olympics? This question has been bothering many as the starting dates of the Olympics draw closer. France, a nation known for its elegance and culture, had high hopes of increasing its fame through the Olympics, but a shadow of concern has been cast over the preparations. The reason for this concern is the Seine River, the lifeblood of Paris, which has become a point of contention, threatening to tarnish the city's reputation.
We are 1 month away from the Paris Olympics opening ceremony, but the city is facing more controversy involving its famed Seine River. The French government has already spent $1.5 billion trying to clean the river up.
In Paris tonight, the excitement is growing as the Olympic Games kicks off there 2 weeks from today. And Paris's famed Seine River will be at the center of the attention, will allow athletes to swim in it for the first time in a century.
The Seine River, often referred to as the sewer of Paris, is the meeting point for the city's oldest and most massive sewage system. The concept of this river being a sewer might seem exaggerated, but the truth is far from pleasant. Before the river's water even reaches treatment units, it is heavily contaminated, and this contamination is not just due to heavy rains. The sewage system of Paris, while a marvel of engineering, is unfortunately such that rainwater and sewage flow together. In many parts of the city, human and animal wastes mix directly with the river water, making it a breeding ground for harmful bacteria. One of the biggest concerns is the level of E. coli bacteria in the water, some strains of which can cause urinary and gastrointestinal diseases. The potential health risks for athletes are substantial, leading to a rising tide of criticism questioning the safety of holding swimming events in the river. It's a situation that harks back to the Paris Olympics of 1923, when swimming competitions were banned due to pollution. The question now is whether history will repeat itself. With the tension mounting among the organizers and the French government, the beautiful image of Paris hosting the Olympics is at risk of being marred. Will the city be able to overcome this hurdle and ensure a safe and successful event? Or will the Seine River, with its murky waters, drown the hopes of a nation eager to host the world's premier sporting event? With the increasing tension, the question remains, will the Paris Olympics be able to overcome this hurdle? The Seine River, a symbol of Paris, is now becoming a source of worry for the city. This iconic river, winding its way through the heart of Paris, carries with it a troubled past. It's been the lifeblood of the city for centuries, but it's also been a source of significant health concerns. The Seine is known by locals as the city's sewer. The city's oldest, vast sewage system converges into it. The repercussions were significant, casting a long shadow over the city's reputation. Now, with the Paris Olympics on the horizon, the city is facing the same old demons. The Seine River's E. coli bacteria levels have spiked, especially after heavy rains in late June. From the 3rd of June to the 2nd of July, the bacteria in the river reached 10,000 colony-forming units. That's 10 times more than what's considered safe for competition, according to European Union and World Triathlon Federation standards. With the clock ticking and the world watching, Paris is under pressure to ensure the safety of its athletes and the success of the upcoming games. The city's pride and reputation hang in the balance. To organize the Olympics, certain international standards must be met. But can the Seine River meet these standards? The European Union and the World Triathlon Federation have set stringent standards for water safety. A key requirement is that 100 milliliters of water should contain no more than 900 colony-forming units of E. coli bacteria to be deemed safe for competition. This standard is not just a mere guideline, it's a crucial benchmark that ensures the health and safety of athletes, protecting them from urinary and gastrointestinal diseases that can be caused by high levels of E. coli bacteria. The question isn't just about whether the Seine can meet the Olympic standards, it's about whether the river can provide a safe environment for athletes to compete in. And, right now, that's looking increasingly unlikely. The uncertainty surrounding the Seine's suitability for the Olympics is not just a concern for the organizers, it's a matter of international importance, and it's one that needs to be addressed urgently. The clock is ticking, and the world is watching. Paris has spent about $1.5 billion to clean the Seine River. But will these efforts be enough? The clock is ticking, and the stakes are high. The City of Love has been hard at work, deploying a massive cleansing operation, the scale of which is unprecedented. The southeast of Paris has seen the construction of gargantuan tanks, large enough to hold water equivalent to about 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The city's hope is that these tanks will act as a buffer, absorbing the overflow of sewage during periods of heavy rainfall. It's a bold plan, one that attempts to outsmart nature with human ingenuity. But there's a catch. If the skies were to open up and pour down relentlessly, these tanks too would reach their limits. They would overflow, and the untreated sewage would inevitably find its way back into the Seine River. The very thought of that happening is enough to send shivers down the spines of the organizers. In the face of such uncertainty, the need for a Plan B has never been more apparent. If the Seine River fails to meet the standards, swimming might have to be dropped from the triathlon event. Instead, the event would transform into a duathlon. Meanwhile, the Villiers-sur-Marne pool, located on the outskirts of Paris, is being prepped as an alternate venue for the marathon swimming event. On the other end of the spectrum, the mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, has been making waves of her own. In an act of defiance, she took a dip in the river, promoting it as safe. She was followed by the French sports minister Castera and Paralympic flag bearer Alexis, who also took the plunge. But will the athletes competing in the Olympics share their courage? With such a significant investment at stake, the pressure is on for Paris to ensure the river is safe for competition. It's a billion-dollar question that only time can answer. The fate of the Paris Olympics hangs in the balance, and all eyes are on the Seine. With the Paris Olympics on the horizon, what does the future hold? The looming issue of the Seine River's health has been casting shadows over the much-anticipated games. As the clock ticks closer, the question becomes less about if the games will happen, but rather, how they will be conducted. One potential outcome is a shift in the format of the triathlon. Given the current state of the Seine River, there's been talk about removing the swimming component altogether, transforming the triathlon into a duathlon. A significant change, no doubt, but one that prioritizes the health and safety of the athletes above all else. But what about the events that can't simply be edited? Only time will tell. As we look ahead to the Paris Olympics, there's a sense of cautious optimism. Efforts are being made to ensure the games can go on, even if they look a bit different than initially planned. But the Seine River and its health remain at the forefront of everyone's minds. As we wait to see how the Seine River will impact the Paris Olympics, one thing is clear: the city's image on the global stage hangs in the balance. What's your fiery critique on the Paris's ongoing circumstance?